Hey, Jacob, what kind of car is this?
I think it's a Genesis Coupe.
Oh yeah, it must be. It's a Hyundai, so it's a Genesis Coupe, right?
I hear some of these are rear-wheel drive, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's a rear-wheel drive Genesis Coupe.
It's all-wheel drive. It's got axles in the front.
You know, it's got a 4G63 in it, clearly.
The whole thing is like a teeter-totter. And I was underneath of that removing stuff.
It's rusting.
Yeah, it's a fake Sparco 4. It might be real. I don't know. But it's held in with self-tappers. RIP Harbor Freight torque wrench. And there's like the spring force plane.
So Jacob and I are on our way to an old junkyard, which is gonna be fun, maybe. And we're taking the Death Trap, which has the nicely custom
steering
airbag. And yeah, and apparently modified custom core support, and we're definitely going through some farm country out here in Ohio. Bummer, they changed their hours, no Saturday hours, and so we're gonna head over to Toledo for some other like normal like pick and pull junkyards, which is still really cool for me because we don't have those out in Vermont basically. But sorry, we're closed. And you can see they've got some really cool old stuff back here. There's a Cheyenne there, and then just a pile of old rigs over there. But unfortunately, we can't make it in to see the cool trails and old beasts today. Jacob did make an old video on this yard though, and it's really cool. You see some really cool stuff, so I'll throw a link up so you can check it out. Yeah. Right, we made it to an LKQ. So this is actually my first time ever going to like you pull it style junkyard because we don't have them in Vermont basically. I guess there's a few that you can, but like I've been in one junkyard before, but I've never been to like a you pick and pull kind of thing, so it's gonna be fun.
Probably looks like one of the drop-off cars.
It happens. Since we're at the junkyard, Jacob's gonna show me the junk real quick. Pulled the hood pins.
So this is the core support.
Nice, nice.
It's the new core support zip ties holding it up.
The radiator's a little bent, huh?
Yep, that's the one that survived the accident and it still works.
No lower core support, and just held up by zip ties.
Because I didn't feel like playing around. If you look right there, there's a great big square tube for a crash bar up.
Very nice. Hey, it works, you know.
I mean, this thing.
It got us here.
Yeah.
We did lose a friend though, so we were playing with this window and the window just whoop down past the track. Jacob was like, "Oh, just let it go," and it went.
We let it go. It went all the way down.
Let's go. I made it out into the junkyard. My first time being here. I'm pretty psyched, and Jacob just showed me this turbo 5-cylinder diesel Mercedes wagon. Got a big single hanging on the side, just like a 2J, you know what I'm saying? And it's pretty cool. And there's one thing I'm looking for, Jacob. This hood's real heavy. You know what I'm looking for, Jacob? A shift knob with the L123OD pattern from an old Chevy truck. So we're gonna go check it out. I don't remember who right this second, but I know somebody is super into Mazda MX-6. So this is a 2.2 liter 12 valve. It's got like the kind of factory fender flares. It is a 5-speed, got like a wine burgundy interior, and kind of cool wheels. They are wheels, not hubcaps. Yeah, so check this thing out. This thing is all kinds of cool in my opinion. Protege 5, the wagon, got a wing, 4-wheel disc brake, 5-speed, and yeah, this thing is all kinds of cool. Round fog lights. I don't know, I would rock one of these, and it's probably related to like the EcoBoost engine still, just a 4-cylinder, like maybe a 2.3, but something in that family anyway. We were just talking about ugly Camaros. The's one.
This is the
94.
really ugly one with
Yeah.
the ugly headlights.
Extra ugly with the extra ugly headlights. Oh yeah.
Talking about
So bad.
The racing stripes V6, you know, she hauls ass. I think this one might have.
Oh, another one. There's a lot of these around here, not many in Vermont. So my problem is my camera's actually dying, and I'm just crazy about stuff like this. So I could take videos all day, but I'll try to just get you the highlights. I found one of your engines, Burgundy, I think, 3.8 Impala. So we're out at the junkyard just looking at lots of really, really ugly American styling, and we got this beast. First of all, it's so ugly. It's so hideous. And then we found this, the real master of ugly, the Pontiac Aztek. But Jaycob was like,
I think that looks better than the Grand Am.
yeah, and I have to agree. I mean, that thing is just awful. Like, wait, sorry. This is awful. That's even worse. We also found a two-tone Monte Carlo SS, except exposed. This thing is not supercharged. It's not a real SS, at least according to Jaycob. Found this, and Jaycob pointed it out to me. I was like, oh, those wheels are kind of cool. And he's like, oh, this is real cool because it's got the i6. It's the Vortec 4200. Yeah.
Oil cap.
Yeah, I put a brake fluid cap on the oil cap just to try to save the engine. These things are so cool, though. I'd love to swap one of these because nobody does anything with them.
There's people doing Cummins swaps on these.
Yeah, that's...
Got the inline-six.
And then you know what they want? The NV4500 that costs $1 million.
Yeah.
Cool, first gen caravan. Well, it's a Plymouth Voyager, but Jacob's all about this thing, and he's like, he wants one to do some crazy swap on. What did you want to do with it?
I'm gonna do an SRT4 swap on it since I got the engine for it.
Yeah.
One day.
One day. Pretty cool though. Pretty clean in the front. It's a little messed up. It's like
sex.
And then
just the reason most people end up with one.
And we just got like a nice clean interior with a little mouse nest. I'm letting Jaycob do all the hard work right this second so I can film a little bit, but we managed to get some wheels off of some kind of car.
Chrysler Sebring, I think, or 200, they're the same thing,
yeah,
one place the other.
But yeah, there's some NKs that go on his truck. He already has the other two. We needed a wheel key though, and amateur tip, we didn't have the little 8-spline thing for the lug nuts, but
17 mil fit perfect.
Yeah, a thin, like deep well 17.
The lug nuts weren't tight, and if they had been, it probably would have rounded them off, but they were like kind of loose already, so they just came right off.
Yeah, so score. Now we're just looking at trucks. We're gonna see if I can find that shift knob. So we found something kind of crazy. It's a GMC Canyon. It's 4-wheel drive, and it's a 5-speed. It's got like a sparse interior with like crank windows. You having fun?
Oh yeah, it's got a push button 4-wheel drive, not the manly model that people make fun of these because they got push buttons, but they're kind of cool when they work.
Yeah, definitely. But check it out. It's got a Vortec 2800. It's the 4-cylinder, so it made like 175 horse, like 185 foot-pounds of torque, something like that. Isn't that crazy? Like, this is a cool little truck. It'd be even cooler if it was 2-wheel drive, honestly, but the stuff you find. Jacob's showing me the truck he took his lowering kit out of. Check this out.
The first thing, they mounted it by the cab, not the frame, so the whole thing is like a teeter-totter. And I was underneath of that removing stuff.
Oh my god.
And then in the engine bay, there's a couple performance mods here. You got this eBay aluminum radiator, eBay cooling fan, some Rust-Oleum going on there, polyurethane bushings and all the control arms and leaf springs and everything, which is actually, I'm impressed by that. See, like there's a red poly on the sway bar links, and there's poly in the control arms upper and lower, but it's got this junk gas tie rod end on it. Ooh,
good.
Which is probably part of the reason it's here. It's got the eBay clear corners on it.
Oh yeah.
And some race car mesh going on down here. And let's go to the inside. That's where the real fuckery begins. So I got this carbon fiber wrap for weight reduction. We got this, actually this looks kind of cool, like a gunmetal paint on the gauge cluster. Oh, yeah. These race car switches, probably for the cooling fans, because there's no need to do it right. What are these, WRX?
Yeah, these are 0405 WRX seats.
These are really legit seats, and they're held in with the most illegitimate thing in the world. They're called self-tappers. Holding these in. And this 4-point fake, what is it, a Sparco? Fake Sparco?
It's rusting.
Yeah, it's a fake Sparco 4-point. It might be real, I don't know. But
maybe.
It's held in with self-tappers also at every possible point. And this is the truck I found the fake piss in. Oh. Like the fake piss kit. This is the one I found.
And then we got the deluxe sunroof.
Look at what they used to install it, and they aren't even all the same screws.
Nope.
And they totally messed this
we got the suede headlight, or the like.
Dude, yeah. And then yeah, this is like, if they had done this right, this would be pretty legit, because they actually did a good job of cutting the hole out.
Wow.
And you got this sick tint that's like junk. These things, oh, I just smacked your hand. These things are kind of expensive. I was curious, I looked them up on eBay. It's like $300 for that sunroof.
Wow.
And then
they also did have these centerline 6-lug wheels, which are hard to find 6 lugs.
And they're like legit wheels, so somebody spent good money. And then it gets weirder the further you back you go. So this was the one that had the full bell tip lowering kit. So spindles and leaf spring relocation. There was polyurethane bushings in the leaf springs. Mm-hmm. And to remove the lowering kit, I had to remove the back axle, which is laying over there.
Very nice.
And which is probably why the truck's teetering.
Runs and drives, not anymore.
Yeah, it barely drove. I I'm sure. But this is the other interesting thing about this truck was somebody put a roll pan on it, but it's like welded on, so they did some like okay DIY bodywork here, and they shaved the tailgate. So normally this has a handle right here. These guys were smart enough to figure out put it back here so you have a shaved tailgate.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Kind of sick. And then the rear end, so I couldn't get the bolts out of the like bushings on the leaf springs because they didn't like put the Gorilla Snot and the collars for the polyurethane bushings, so they were all stuck. So I bought the leaf springs and then returned the leaf springs and kept the brackets.
There you go.
But yeah, I like drug this axle out with the leaf springs and stuff still attached.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this thing's all kinds of weird. I love this thing. Yeah.
Well,
So
cool.
of course, the whole time I'm down here trying to get this axle out, the truck's like moving and wobbling and stuff.
I still just can't get over the WX seats. Somebody should take those.
I kind of want them, but I don't feel like they're like $50 for seats here.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of rough.
So the truck was in the air and it had those lock nuts on it, so I was swinging the hammer on the torque wrench, which was broken anyway, to break the nuts free, and the whole back end of the torque wrench exploded. So RIP Harbor Freight torque wrench. And there's like the spring for it laying here, and there's like the little thingy here, and there's a part of a body mount.
There you go. Legit.
So,
Legit. Don't get too close to this thing is the basic point. Hey, Jaycob, what kind of car is this?
I think it's a Genesis Coupe.
Oh, yeah. It must be. It's a Hyundai, so it's a Genesis Coupe, right?
I hear some of these are rear-wheel drive, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's a rear-wheel drive Genesis Coupe.
It's all-wheel drive. It's got axles in the front.
You know, it's got a 4G63 in it, clearly. Like, yeah. So. All right, well, we're all done at the junkyard. Jacob's wheeling the stuff in there, and I had fun. The only weird thing is there's only 2 Subarus the whole yard. There's the Outback over there and a Forester way in the back, but I was too late to grab a fog light outfit that I need for my dad, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. So anyway, had fun. My first time going to like a U-Pull-It junkyard, so it was a good time. I think Jaycob got some stuff he needs, so we're good to go.